Yo, what's up, gamers of the YouTube ski? I'm here with another Season 11 mid guide. I'm gonna go over starts, and tips and tricks of different parts of the game. What I prio, what enemies usually prio, and yeah, hopefully this ends up helping you in your ranked modes or your normal conquest games, and yeah. So let's do this. So at the very start of the game, at 0 seconds, your speed and the red buffs spawn on the solo side of the map. So over here, where my pings are, this one does not spawn at the beginning of the game. That spawns at 10 seconds into the game. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I'm the mid laner. I'm gonna pull the speed because I have ranged auto attacks, and I'm gonna pull it over here so there's less downtime. The assassin will pull this and keep hitting that while I'm pulling the speed over. So you just want to auto attack this once, pull it back, and the jungler should be like right here, auto attacking it. We're just gonna kill both of these buffs. You pick up red here, jungler will pick up speed. You then walk across here, come over here, you kill this with your jungler. Now the reason you kill that is it helps you hit level 3 on this first wave. Jungler will then path over here, do this camp. He'll do this one that's right here on my ping. You come over here, you do this first mid wave. You hit level 3 on this first mid wave. So you're gonna be 3, the jungler's gonna come off of here. He's, I believe, 2 creeps away. He'll come on this path, and he'll come into mid for the second wave. You'll be 3, and the jungler will be 2. So, and you just clear the wave. So if the jungler does not see the other jungler around here, you should say enemy missing, because ganks are usually happening on my pings here, where they'll gank duo off of that start. So you just have to be very vocal, because you don't want to, you know, you're dual lane dying, and then you're going to complain, or they're going to complain. And they're going to spam enemy missing, as everybody probably knows. So, yeah. And then that's the start of the game. Off of the second wave that you do, you want to contest one of these 2 mid camps. If you're stronger and you have better clear, you can play for kill really, really easily right now. Like really, really easily. So don't be afraid of playing for a kill. It's definitely very doable, usually on the jungler because they won't have beads. So always prio the wave until your jungler's level 3. It'll take you some time, but it's around two creeps or 3 creeps that the jungler will hit level 3, and then you can fight for it. So your job is just to focus on clearing the wave, and then your jungler will make the decision if they want to fight or not. Then off of that wave, you come over here and you do one of the 2 mid camps, and then you just leave back to mid, and then this is your game state for the next like 5, 10, 15 minutes. You're clearing mid, and then just running around hyper farming as the normal thing. So, yeah. And then your jungle will go this way, or he'll go this way. It depends on what mid camp you do. Once your buffs respawn and stuff, obviously you want to back for your power spikes and your tier 2 items and everything like that. So you'll come over here. And then, I can't do this. Oh no. Okay. On your second buff respawn, you'll be on tier 2 items. And you want to do the same thing if you want to pull speed and red together. Usually this camp is up. The totem camp. I'll kill this and reset it. But the totem camp after your first kill. You come over here and you want to kill all 3 of these together if you can. So yeah, that's another important thing. The chest as well. So I'm still a little confused on this personally, but after the first chest spawn kill of that location or this area, I don't actually know how it works, will be a item shop. It will glow instead of yellow on the minimap, as you guys can see right here. Instead of yellow on the minimap, it will grow purple. All you have to do is walk over it, and you can buy it like it's an item shop. You can just buy from it, it doesn't matter. So you want to utilize that. Usually what you want to do is once you know it's the second spawn, you want to kill it, and you want to pull it into your lane. You want to pull it like towards your lane and just keep it dragged to you, and pull it like over here so you can utilize the item shop. Really, really nice. So different game states at the point and like different things overall. A lot of questions that I get are when people are really confused on like what to do when certain things are happening, or like different instances of the game. So your role mainly as a mid laner is to just run around and hyper farm and get really, really fed, right? So obviously you want to take all of the farm from your jungler and stuff like that. But let's say this speed buff has been up for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Your jungler is over here. Or if you just did these two together and your jungler is going this way, you could just do that opposite side speed camp. So you're not waiting forever. That thing's gonna be up for another a minute and a half while he's trying to make a gank happen in solo. That's just inefficient farming if you're not doing that speed buff on respawn. If he's not gonna be there. So it's fine. And overall goal is you want to be in the best stage or goal that you can, because it's just important overall that your game state is always going to be good so you can always do damage to people. Right now, as a mage in mid, it's pretty rough. Tanks are pretty strong versus you. They did lose the mage passive. They lost a lot of power. So it's pretty hard to kill things. Also be really careful when you're doing mid camps. They take a while now. You are just lacking power. So you kind of get outscaled pretty hard right now. You do hit hard late game, but it is a very long thing and it's very much so out of your control for majority of the game if you're making an impact or not. So just make sure that you're hyper farming. Do not over rotate. If someone's complaining in dual lane, for example, let's say you're like 10 minutes in and people are complaining, don't rotate to something if it's bad for you. There's no point. If there's farm, let's say dual lane's getting ganked right now. We're 12 minutes into the game. This shit is spawning. Don't rotate to this if it's really bad. Literally just look at the HP bars, look at the game state. If I'm here and I see 3 people here, there's no point of rotating that. It's just gonna be bad. So just farm out, keep farming. Make sure your game state, no matter what, is the best position it can possibly be in. And when you are strong off your power spikes, that's when you want to be rotating around the map. There's no point of doing early rotations to like hopefully bail out things. Now, if someone's in, I actually forgot about this part. So it's hard to be on this side of the map now because green buff used to be here. But if you see like people looking for an invade, for example, on purple side, you can look for a rotation if you're 5 and they're 4 and they're looking for that invade. But it's pretty bad right now because there's nothing on like the farm route is a little bit worse, but you can still look for those plays. But yeah, late game, your positioning is obviously really important. You want to make sure that you are building into Reaver, Shard, and everything like that, so you have as much power. Probably Book of Thoth. There's obviously different builds and stuff like that, but make sure you have Reaver. That is 90% of your damage. So, yeah. And then, off of, yeah, late game, so it's just positioning. Make sure you're playing with your Hunter. 90% of the time, you want to be next to your Hunter or near your Hunter. You don't want to be next to your Hunter where you're both taking damage for the same person, but you want to be helping peel for them and stuff like that. You just want to be really careful about your positioning because you are going to get dove and you're going to be the person that's going to get dove. So you just want to be really careful of that and make sure that a Hunter can help you, especially with them having crit. There's going to be an extra item that someone's going to buy. It's going to be Spectral and they're going to be squishy or to you as a mage into the later game. So you just have to make sure you're playing with a Hunter and playing correctly. For FG fights, I mean, obviously just be really careful about your positioning. Usually, if you're playing around, like, you don't really want to be, like, here unless they're pushing into you, and then it's fine. You can look for poke over the wall. But this wall, let's say, and your Hunter's over here, it's very hard to help them. Like, it's just hard overall to just assist them. Because if they're playing forward, let's say they start winning the fight, and you're here, their Hunter's here, your rotation is going to be way slower to help. Because they're going to get gone on once they're playing forward. So you just have to be really careful. You want to be really greedy with your positioning. Again, you're going to be like the hyper carry of the fight 90% of the time. So your goal, you want to be like, if the Hunter's here, you kind of want to be like here and make sure that you can help them. If you're a strong character like Raijin or like a front footing character, you can play in the front, the Hunter will be in the back peeling for you, or they'll be on the side of you and helping you like that. Just kind of see how you're obviously in ranked or casuals, it's going to be hard. Just make sure you're playing with them. For late game, I mean, obviously you're secure. If you're a secure mage, you're looking for a secure. When the objective is low and everything like that, there's bombs in the game, but you're definitely looking for that. You don't, if you're playing a secure mage, you probably don't want to be up here unless you're like solo laner and guardian is also like above on the pit. There's not really a point of being on here unless you're also zoning. Like Thoth, for example, is a really good zoner. So you just want to be really careful of that. You can be on this side though if you're a secure mage. Just, you can be over here looking for like poke on people coming in because 90% of the damage is going to come from your Hunter. So just make sure that the Hunter's hitting it. Look at the HP. Just be confident in your secure and then just secure when it's low. So, yeah. And then, yeah, if you're zoning mage, if you're, like, let's say Thoth or Merlin or something like that, if you're zoning mage, make sure there is a tank with you up here. 90% of the time, it's going to be your soul laner while people are doing it. There's probably going to be an assassin here. Your poke and zone area is going to be around, like, here. You can bounce between these pillars and zone. You want to be really careful because you're going to get engaged on really fast if you push too far up. But if you see, like, a fat engage right here, and let's say you're Merlin and you put a void 1 right there, like, that's a big zone. Thoth. You can play around these walls really easily. There'll be like a soul laner in front of you, probably overstepping and playing too deep, but they can just sit here and zone both ways and protect you. If you are zoning right here, make sure like this is warded back here, so you don't get like wrapped on around here and then engaged on. Because if you get engaged on while you're zoning up here, you're gonna lose the team fight right away. It's just gonna happen. Because they're focusing on doing FG and stuff like that. So you just have to be careful of that. And that's for the Fire Giant. For Gold Fury, I'll run over there real fast. For your Gold Fury fights, I mean, same kind of theory. Obviously, the pit is a lot more open. Again, if you're a front foot character, you can zone up here. 90% of the time, you're not going to be, if it's Gold Fury fights, you're just not going to be zoning because it's just not the area you want to be zoning. There's way too many things. So as your tanks are like going in, you just want wards on your flanks usually. Like if you know there's a team fight happening, get a ward and ward your flanks. It's very important that you do not get flanked. Surely Amma doesn't kill my Titan here. And yeah, you just want to play for poke, play for damage, you know. If you're Merlin, like let them walk into you. Don't play up to put yourself out of position. So if you're Merlin, for example, you're playing around here, you're watching your hunter hit people from here, for example. If someone's walking in, you want to try to avoid the urge to like walk up into them to one them, let them come into you, and then once they're like here, for example, you can walk up one, because if I'm back here and they know I'm here, 90% of the time they're gonna know where I am. You want to let them walk in and then you play for poke, right? So you want to be really careful, because if you're playing for poke up here, you're gonna get flanked and you're gonna be engaged on if you're here, for example, right? So you just want to be really careful. Also be really, really, really careful between like playing this pillar if your hunter's here. So that's just something, the same idea from here though, you're going to get flanked. So you just want to be really careful with the positioning and make sure that the hunter can always help you and or your guardian if it's appealing guardian. And obviously same thing if you're a secure mage. This you can play pretty far back. Like if you're a secure mage, you can just be back here and then ult it when it's low. Same thing, you want to usually position behind your hunter here so you can help them if they get engaged on, because obviously they're going to be inside of the pit usually doing it. I guess not too much anymore because the lifesteal thing is pretty bad. You can't really heal off objectives, so yeah. And then that's that. So yeah, overall, just be really careful of your positioning and stuff. Make sure your hunter is always able to help you. I'll give you a fast build. Let me kill that creep. Okay. I'll give you a fast, like, general build. 90% of the time it's gonna work out. If I can sell all my items before my Alma kills everything. So 90% of the time, Santa's time is gonna be your option. Just the most consistent option. I can't buy anything, but... Pendulum of Ages, that's gonna be your starter because we lost 60... Mages lost 60 power with the passive being removed. The mage passive being removed. So this is a little bit harder to buy. You can still buy it if you want to buy it. But, yeah, you want to buy Pendulum Mages. Your next item is going to be Book of Thoth. This is just going to be the better option than Warlocks, even though they're pretty similar. There is a different build for it, but general build, we're going to go Book of Thoth. We're going to go Divine Ruin. You need Divine Ruin now. There's so much lifesteal in the game and healing and stuff like that. You just need it 99% of the time. You're just going to need it every single time. So Divine Ruin, always your better option. You can go Mirrodin if you're a Mirrodin character. Mirrodin's really good right now. Mutant characters, Merlin, Zeus, Thoth, stuff like that. You need Reaver now, as well. As always, you just always need this item. You need Reaver to do damage, so make sure you have that item in the game, or in your build. Your next item that you're going to go into will be a Shard. Let me actually do this in order here. So if you're a Mirrodin god, your build's going to look like Mirrodin, Reaver, last item Shard, Pendulum Mages. If you are a non-Mirrodin character, your build is probably going to look like either Reaver Shard, Shard Reaver, doesn't matter, it's just game state dependent. And You're gonna build Shard here, and probably go into a Reaver. And if you're in this state and you don't really know what to build, Ratatouille is a good last item. Soul Gem is a fine last item. If you need more pen, you can go Typhons, wherever that is. And yeah, so your general build is gonna look like that. But we'll just go the Mirrodin build for now. Shard Reaver. Let's say Rod last item, and then you will have Pendulum Mages here. I can't buy it right now because I already less base with something else, but yeah. Pendulum Mages. And that's it. That is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you learn about mid lane and helps you become better at the game. Comments down below what you would like to see next, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one.